This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
What's going on? I am Scoop Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
This is Viewers Anonymous. What's going on, buddy?
Man, you know what I'm saying? Just chilling. Trying to get all this shit together. I'm a little upset at the moment, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully by the time the end of this podcast, this whole HBO Max thing is gonna be back up and running because we're going through a little outage right now. And I need to catch up on Mayor. So, you know what I'm saying? I just gotta
I feel you. I do too.
I'm telling you, but
I feel you.
I ain't trying to.
Like I told you, bro, I'm on episode 5. I got like 2/3 of the way through it, and I was in the chair, man. And next thing I know, I woke up. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, bro. Everything was dark. I didn't know what was going on. Man, this baseball season is tearing me apart, man.
Hey, boy, I feel you. I know the last 3 podcasts we done, man. You ain't been in the studio, but you know what I'm saying.
Man.
But that's that dedication, man. That's how you know what I'm saying. You pushing them out. But man, I didn't get to watch it yesterday because I ended up going to Pastor John Gray. He ended up having a little event downtown Greenville, and you remember him from he was on the Breakfast Club and shit.
Oh yeah, I know John Gray.
Yeah. So he had a little event, man. So went to that. So I wasn't able to watch Mayor last night, and I mean, I'm gonna watch it because I've been invested for like the last 3 years. But the Shy came back, so they got their first episode out. So I ended up not watching that yet. But dude, let me tell you. So Hulu got a little promotional thing going on with Showtime right now, right? And you know, Showtime is my shit. It used to be like 8 shows I used to watch all on Showtime. So they got a little promotion going on. You get 6 months for $4.99. So I'm like, boom, I'm in. So you know I'm a shameless guy.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I watched 10 episodes. Shameless on Sunday, dude. I was so Gallagher out. I had a dream about being in the Gallagher house, man. Like I seen so many episodes.
Gallagher?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Dude, listen to it. I watched so many episodes. I watched 10 episodes of damn Shameless, man. Because, you know, that's their final season.
Yeah.
So the show is over now. So I haven't been able to get any new content in because I've been watching that. But it's one of those weekends, man.
That you can get in that box set. You know what I'm saying? You keep forever.
Oh yeah, for sure. But they got another show. I watched the first season last year, and they got the second season out now. It's called City on the Hill.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They got Kevin Bacon, and they got my dude that played MC Ren on from Straight Outta Compton. I can't never say his name. I know his last name is Hodge. I can't pronounce his first name.
Oh, you talking about all this Hodge?
Yeah. It's like them two. And it's a pretty good show, man. They got their second season out, so I'm gonna jump into that as well. But Showtime, man. Don't get me wrong, I love HBO Max, but Showtime be having some shows too, but people be slipping on Showtime, and I'm still waiting on my Ray Donovan movie to come out. You know what I'm saying? Because, and see, that's the one good thing about like fans being outraged. Because not all the time where fans will get outraged, they'll just be like, yo, we don't care. But the fans got outraged and they was like, yo, we need an ending to this Ray Donovan shit. Like, it didn't end, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have no closure. So the fans kept complaining, bitching and bitching. And so now what they're gonna do is supposed to be a Ray Donovan movie. You know what I'm saying? To like close it out. So I'm still waiting on that. I looked it up the other day. They still saying it's gonna be sometime in 2022 when it come out. But should people be slipping on
Yeah, that's
Showtime, man?
like that's gonna be like the what was that
Somebody else
oh
did
what
that.
was
Another
that
show did
comedy
that.
show
I remember. Didn't they
the
say
one with
Girlfriends did
Turtle.
that?
Nah, it's gonna be the one with Turtle.
Oh, Entourage. You talking about
Yeah,
Entourage?
Entourage did that. But I don't think they should do. Girlfriends is one of those shows like they just need to leave them alone. Just they already messed it up. They just need to keep that where it's at. But that's I think the Ray Donovan would be good though.
Oh yeah,
Real
I'm
good.
I'm I'm all, I'm all about that, man. Ray Donovan, man. That's one of my
That's Lee Schreiber, right?
yeah, Lee Schreiber, man.
Yeah, that's the
That's
guy.
one of my favorite. Because you remember I told you at some point I said, dude, it'd be so hard to do. I was like, at some point, like we'll have to do like a top 5 TV shows.
Hmm.
But hey,
Oh,
Ray
that's coming.
Donovan, but
That's coming. Trust me,
but
because
man, that's gonna
it's
be
a
so
good one.
hard to do, man.
I don't. You know what? When we was talking about it, I said that too. But then I start actually writing out the titles, and I don't know. For me, it might be a little bit easier.
Well, it's just that it's there. Don't get me wrong. Like there are a lot of shows, just like there are a lot of movies, but it's just like the different categories.
Hmm.
Like and like my thing is like I'll be so hung up on like not leaving some stuff out, and then there's some stuff that's still kind of active but not active, and it's just I don't know, but that just seems like for me it seems like it's a more difficult list to do. But
Yeah.
I will say this though, man, like this movie that we got coming up today, man, like because I've always felt like when it came to these movies, like I just got when it comes to this, I got a big mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'm always like, yo, I'll be texting you, yo, what about this movie? What about this movie? What about this movie? And it's like, damn, I'm saying all the movies. I'm like, I don't even know if you fuck with this movie like that. And it's like now we're doing a movie today. It was your idea. I know you fucks with it. And it's
Hmm.
like I'm damn excited to be doing something that you are extremely excited to do, man.
Oh yeah, this my joint, bro. This is when I knew Russell Crowe was gonna eventually be the man. Um, this movie is Gladiator. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the best movies that has ever been created. Um, it's actually about um, or it's loosely based on real events, but it actually has real people. Like Marcus Aurelius was a real person. Um, you know what I'm saying? Uh, the king. I said the king. The king was Marcus Aurelius, but the guy that Russell Crowe plays, his character is actually based on one of Marcus Aurelius' real generals. So yeah, this is my joint, man.
Yeah, man. Like I was watching it, and I remember telling you the other day, I was like, I ain't gonna lie to you, my guy. I was like, I've never really seen it all the way through. Like I've always seen like bits and pieces of it.
Hmm.
So I sat down last night, watched it all the way through, and it's like I can see why. Well, my very first initial thought was like, boy, there are a lot of motherfucking extras in this movie. But
Hmm.
it's like, man, the amount of extras that they needed to do this,
Hmm.
like crazy. But then like I will say, I'll be honest with you. Like when it came to like Gladiator and when it came to like 300, I never fell into the hype, man. Like
Really?
yeah, man. Like it was one of those things where I could remember, like when 300 came out, like that's all people talked about, and I was like, I never really got in. Like it's so crazy because I'm into stuff from that time period, but it's like I never got into like this type stuff. I always say, I'm fascinated with like King Henry VIII and like all of the shit that's like surrounded him and all that stuff. But when it came to the movies that was like, like Gladiator and like 300, like I never was like the hugest fan of it. I mean, and I can't really explain it. I mean, like the movie had a great storyline to it. The acting in it was great. Even though like the storyline, like you said, it was basically on a true story, but we
hmm
seen this type of stuff before. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like the stuff that
right.
like what I'm saying, what I mean by seen before is the
It's
jealous
technically not
son.
a yeah. It's not a original story. You know what I mean? I
Well,
understand
look,
100% what you're saying.
That might be the original story, and everybody copied that. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think it's that one. But no, I know exactly what you mean though. But for me, I think it wasn't more so the story that made it what it was. I think it was the cinematography, the acting. You know what I'm saying? The actual cast that they had. You know what I'm saying? Like they had Russell Crowe, Damien Hinchey. Um, they had what's the
Joaquin
boy's
Phoenix,
name? Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix in there. Like so, they had, you know
Connie
what I'm saying?
Neeson.
Yeah, they had people in there who could really, you know what I'm saying, get down and get busy as far as the acting go. And then the way that that movie was shot was amazing, bro. Like when he was in the Coliseum and then he was fighting and he was running through everybody and then they put out the tigers, like bro. You know what I'm saying? The tigers didn't look fake or nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like and I got the special collector's edition DVD with the bonus footage and stuff on there. So the way that they shot it was the initial shot is of the tiger, but when he's in, like when they're showing him in the shot, that's CGI. So it looked like the tiger is actually in it, right? But you know the part where the tiger is walking back and forth or pacing back and forth,
Hmm.
that's where it's the actual tiger. So like the way that they shot it, you know what I'm saying? It was one of those things where it was like, oh yeah, this is primo. Like the that whole cinematography of that movie was amazing. Um, but the story in itself is, you know what I'm saying, the story of a prince who basically kills his father and well he's not favored by his father, so he ends up killing his father, Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius' general is I forgot his name is escaping me right now.
Maximus.
Yeah, Maximus. Maximus is more like a son to Marcus Aurelius than his actual son is. So his son sees it. They end up leaving off a battlefield, and then Marcus Aurelius gets to talking to Maximus. Then next thing you know, he ends up talking to his son and his daughter. His daughter leaves out. He's talking to his son. His son kills him, and then his son becomes king, and then basically, you know what I'm saying, he's a tyrant. He's a tyrant in the whole empire of Rome, basically.
Yeah, and we seen this before, and I think that's one of the problems with the way that they did it with this royal family and this royal blood and just having this like, yo, like you gonna become the king type thing, because it seemed like he was pampered and really just grew up to be a bitch that was in love with his sister. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't become the man that his dad wanted him to be. So he, like you said, he favored Maximus,
Well, not
and it's like,
necessarily the man. It was more so just the king. He wasn't going to be the king that his dad wanted him to be.
yeah, and like so Maximus was more ideal of the type of man that he would want to fill that position. So he asked him to do it, and he pulled the bitch move. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Um, killing his dad, disregarding his wishes of what he wanted. Then, like I said, my man is in love with his sister.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which is always a strange thing, but in those times, it wasn't so
Yeah,
strange.
that was common in.
Yeah, it was very common. So, but then to go through the links that he went to lynch his family the way that he did and set them on fire. his
Ignorant
son
is
and
right.
his wife. Yeah, like man, that's some straight bitch shit.
Yeah.
And to like for me, it's like when I watch that, and then, like I said, like this story, in a way we have seen it before, where like but it's more of like the oldest son is supposed to take over the business or whatever, and like the
Hmm.
dad is like ain't really rocking with him, and so
Right.
he tries to go another direction, and then like that son goes to extra lengths to like screw up everything that their father built because they're not their father's favorite type of thing.
Exactly.
And but to do that, man, and this and like don't call my man your brother, man. And then you're gonna betray him the way that you betray him. Like that was some BS. Like I hate when they try to throw that brother card out there, and then you know what I'm saying, you backseat hating at the same time.
Yeah, it's you know what I'm saying? This really is a story of redemption too. At the same time, you know what I'm saying? It's really like um, it's damn near like as if Shakespeare wrote it himself. You know what I'm saying? They got all the drama in it. It's a redemption story. It got you know what I'm saying? They got the action in it. You know what I mean? They got the slight comedy in it. But you know, it's really just a tale of, you know what I'm saying, two men fighting for two different things, but the same thing at the same time. In a weird, if that makes any kind of sense.
Y- Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying
You know what I'm saying?
because
Like they both fighting for love at the end of the day when it's all said and done. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Maximus was more so fighting for, you know what I'm saying, the love of his family. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to get redemption for them. And then, you know what I'm saying, Marcus Aurelius' son was fighting for the love of his father, but at the same time he wanted to, you know what I'm saying, get the love of Rome too. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to be what his father was as well. He just had a weird way of going about it. And you can tell, like, you know what I'm saying, like the way Joaquin Phoenix played that character was brilliant too, because he made him so arrogant. He made him so you know what I'm saying, so narcissistic. Like that's all this dude was caring about was himself. He didn't care about nothing else. So you know what I'm saying, like you can tell like his interactions with people, how, you know what I'm saying, like they would counter to him anytime he would say something, or they would, you know what I'm saying, like they would react in certain ways, like they were scared of him and stuff like that. So I think that he did a great job playing that character and playing that tyrant king.
yeah, and like, but the thing about Maximus though is like when they put him into slavery,
Hmm.
because they really set out to kill him,
Yeah,
and he was able to take out, I don't know, five, six, seven dudes, and
easy.
easy, and went to his family, and then that's when he found his family. So he found his family burned up, hanging, lynched, all this
Hmm.
type stuff. So then they found him there and pretty much put him into slavery and forced him to be people's entertainment.
Yeah,
And which that's a strange, like, I mean, I guess in a sense, not really. I mean, it's nothing compatible to that. I mean, because they're not fighting like MMA is not fighting to the death. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is not
but I
fighting to the
mean
death.
it's more so branched off of that. Like
Yeah, yeah. Like
those are more refined versions of the Coliseum.
yeah, exactly. Because you think
Yeah,
about like, yo, y'all are entertained by people being
beating the shit out of each
stabbed
other.
and
Yeah,
yeah, it's like, and then you then you wonder why motherfuckers are so violent.
yeah.
It's like this was entertainment to them. So
Hmm.
it's like, and that's why I say like history can, if you go back into history and you look at these type things, like it will explain because history always repeats itself,
Yeah,
and you can see why like the different tactics that like slave owners use. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? As far as you know, trying to get people in line or like, well, we're gonna do this to prove a point, and it's
hmm,
like all of that shit comes from that time period. You know what I'm saying? Like they just going back into history, but look, they did this to this. Like I said, they was hanging from whatever they was hanging from, and they was burnt. You know what I'm saying? We seen people lynched over here. You know what I'm saying? 200 years
Mm-hmm.
ago, same
Yeah.
way. 100 years ago, same way.
Yeah.
So I thought that was very interesting about the movie. But my thing is, what I really wanted to talk to you about was how Maximus became. He really turned into a symbol. You know what I'm saying? Like he came a symbol of the people. He became the fan favorite. It became it got to a point where they was like, oh, what did my man say from the Texans? He was like, we can't let the inmates run the prison or some shit like that, or how he said it. And like that's what Maximus ended up turning into. Maximus ended up becoming a symbol to the people of like, yo, this slave is what do you call it? Like putting down, like not listening to the king or not doing what the king wanted to do, type of thing. You see what I'm saying?
He was leading the rebellion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was well, first and foremost, you know what I'm saying, like they didn't realize who he was until they got to I forgot my guy's name that he was talking to and while he was enslaved, because he was the one that was gonna give him his freedom. Um what is dude's name? Um his name slipped me, but um basically he was letting him know like, yo, you know, you can be the greatest thing that these people have ever known. You can give these people something, and you know what I'm saying, a symbol, and basically same thing you said, a symbol to stand for, and you know what I'm saying, they'll never know. And you know, because he was basically telling him about who Marcus Aurelius was and everything else. And that's what Maximus said. Like, no, I knew Marcus Aurelius. Like, I was the closest thing to Marcus Aurelius. And so, when he finally got a chance to, when he finally got his chance to talk to him and everything else like that, that's when he started getting together with the other slaves and was actually putting together, you know what I'm saying, that rebellion where he was telling them, you know, follow my lead. I show y'all how to fight and I show y'all how to live. I show y'all how to be able to, you know what I'm saying, eventually get y'all freedom. And I mean, that's what he did. Like, he helped them assemble together. Like, the first time they came out, they literally tore through everybody that they sent out there.
Hmm.
There was nothing that they could do about it because he was teaching them how to fight. He was leading them like he, you know what I'm saying, like he was supposed to. And finally, when Joaquin Phoenix has seen that, who, you know, he found out who he was and that he wasn't dead, then you seen the fear in his eyes, like, oh shit, like this is what they got down there, like we all in fucking trouble. So, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was real on point what you said when you said that he was uh when he was a symbol. Because the famous line is, "Are you not entertained? Is that not why you were here?" And then everybody stand up and scream Spaniard. Man, it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
amazing. It was
Yeah, because they
amazing.
call him Spaniard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it's something I wanted to get something else, but I'll say that a little later in the podcast. But like man, I thought it was dope to and I think that some people like doing these period pieces because one of the dudes in this played Marcus in Underworld, and the other guy that was helping him with getting Maximus to his freedom, he was Marcus' dad in Underworld. And I just thought it was funny that to see these guys because then like a lot of these actors, some of them, I don't know if they thrive or just really like playing these period pieces, but those guys, I just thought it was funny because Marcus, he was like the original like vampire in Underworld because like he was the one that had the wings and all of that shit, and he was in this movie. He was in Gladiator, and I thought that was dope
Yeah,
that him.
he was everybody's dad.
Yeah,
Hell no.
like he don't have a name in this movie. It just said assassin number one. Like they didn't really
Oh
give
no,
him
no,
a
no, no.
name in
I
this
know
movie.
you talking about Marcus, the one that got bit, or the one that ended up taking werewolf blood.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
not werewolf. His brother was the werewolf.
No, no, no. Remember they killed the werewolf in the sanctuary, and it dripped down into his coffin, and that's how he ended up becoming that blue thing.
Oh, well, no, I think he was always like that because he's the
Nah,
original. He was the original bitten person.
no. Remember he wasn't like that at first. I know what you're talking about, but he was just a regular vampire. Because remember they showed him in the beginning of it. He was just a regular vampire. So
No, but
when the werewolf
he could
blood
go
hit him,
back. No, no, no. It wasn't a werewolf. No, 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 no. Because you got to remember the person, the blood that he got. That was so. You remember when Victor? So Victor was mad, right?
hmm
That Celine had woke him up because it wasn't his time to come up, right?
yeah,
So
and
then
they
that
caught
was
the
a
lichen.
guy. Yeah, but no, 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 they didn't. They caught the guy that was helping the Lycans because you remember the Lycans was trying to get. They was trying to find what's my dude name? The dude that Celine was in love with. Well, anyway,
Oh,
this dude
Michael.
was like a scientist. Yeah, Michael. This dude was a
Okay, no,
scientist,
I know what you're saying, but listen, I'm
and
telling you, he was a lichen.
that dude, well, he might have been. They never,
They never showed him changing
yeah,
into it. But I'm
yeah, they
telling you, he
never
was a
showed him
lichen.
change. But this was my interpretation of it, right? So check this
hmm
out. So his brother was the one that was bitten by the werewolf or whatever. His brother can't change.
Yeah,
Like all the other lichens can change. Remember, his brother was locked up
right.
at Celine's old place.
His brother is fully his brother
Like,
is a full werewolf. He don't change
yeah,
again. But
yeah.
see, what I'm saying is this is how I know that dude was a lichen because when you look at it, remember his Michael's Marcus's what's your name had changed. His whole shit had changed. And when it had changed, he looked like Michael. Remember, Michael was liking, and when he got Selena's blood, he turned blue into like what he was, and that's why they both looked like that because they was hybrids.
See, I thought what it was because Marcus went back and forth from human form to vampire form.
Mm-mm.
See, that's what I thought it was
Yeah,
because
they was hybrids. That's why they was blue like that.
ah,
It was just that with Michael, he was more with Michael he was more liking. He was on the liking side. So that's why anytime he would transform, his would look like a werewolf, and then when Marcus did it, he would look like more like a vampire.
yeah, because like yeah, he had wings and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, but he was in this movie, and the dude that played his dad, he was he was in this movie as well. I thought it was dope. But yeah, like I was watching it, man, and I get it. See, the thing is, like I always say, I'm not a huge awards person. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I can see how this movie ended up getting the praise and the awards that it got. And Ridley Scott, man, he's one of those dudes. Like Ridley Scott has a very great vision. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like even when you watch his films, man, like even when it comes to a film like like Deja Vu, you know what I'm saying? Like that's probably I would say that's probably my favorite Ridley Scott movie is Deja
hmm
Vu.
I agree.
And it ain't even really the fact of you know what I'm saying a Denzel and now I mean he did great by having it being casted with Denzel and Paula Patton and all that type shit and shout out to Erica Alexander but really Scott man he has this great vision man of like what he wants and like when he put it on screen man he's one of those dudes that we really like when we talk about these directors and shit like he's one of those names where I don't know why but like we forget to say his name man.
Well, I think it's because to me, like he's etched in that like lore of directors, like you know what I'm saying, like how a Stanley Kubrick would be, or you know what I'm saying, somebody like what's the dude that created Star Trek? Uh,
What the reboot of Star Trek?
no, the original
The
joints.
original? Nah, I don't know that
Yeah,
one. I know the dude who did the reboot. That J.J. Abrams.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. J.J. Abrams, like he in that lane. Then you can wait till I get over there. But
Yeah,
that's why. Come here. That's why I don't think he gets that sort of love.
yeah. But he has some great movies, man. Like I said, I wasn't the hugest fan of this, but like once I sat down and watched it, and you know I appreciate the story. You know, it's a story that, and I looked a little bit deeper into it because I was like, okay, man. That's why I mentioned earlier. I was like, they system. I don't know if they system is the greatest system because it's like, all right, this family is the chosen family, and it's like no matter what happens, if you have a son, he's the next, to become the heir. But it's like, but what if that son don't deserve to be the heir? You know what I'm saying? And it seems like that this dude did not deserve to be the heir. Maximus seemed like he was probably born into the wrong family because Maximus was a general. And so, like, I'm pretty sure that Maximus probably came from a poor family, but his values was all the values that Caesar wanted. So he jumped his son, but he also told his daughter, like, yo, if you was born a man, then you would be the one. You know what I'm saying? Like he told his daughter that she had the brains for it, all that type of stuff. But we all know in those times, women wasn't afforded those positions. Now, I mean, they were and they wasn't because it really depends on what it was. Because when you look at King Henry VIII, his daughter Mary took over, but Mary was married, so Mary wasn't totally in control because her gay ass husband, and I'm not saying that any offense, but her gay husband, you know what I'm saying, he still had say so
Yeah.
in things. But that's what makes Elizabeth so sought out in history because Elizabeth saw what her sister Mary went through. She was like, yo, I'm not getting married because the man is going to try to control everything. So Elizabeth is really down as like one of the greatest leaders, in those time periods. So his daughter could have took over if he wanted her to. But I think that his relationship with Maximus, like, so how do you feel about that? Like, he know his son wouldn't be the king that he wanted, but he wouldn't let his daughter take over, even though he said, if you was born a man, you would be perfect for this position. So my question to you is like, did he make the right choice on Maximus and like skipping over his daughter and just like, yo, like telling the son, like, yo, you ain't ready for this. I'm gonna put your sister in charge. Or, but the choice that he decided to make was to put Maximus in charge.
I think the right thing to do was to put Maximus in charge. I think him going to his daughter at the time, women weren't respected as much, and so to to give it to his daughter, I think would have kind of been like out of place of of the time that they were in. So I don't think that would have been in the movie. But to give it to Maximus over his son, I mean, his son was, unfortunately, a bitch.
Yeah.
Like at the end
Yeah.
of the day, he was a fucking bum. Like he didn't know what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? He'd never been in a war. He didn't know what it was like to really fight for real. You seen how at the end of the movie he had to stab Maximus in the spine to even get a chance to fight him, and I think he still died anyway. So
See, I was gonna get into that. I was just saving it.
okay, yeah, like You know what I'm saying? It's just he was just. That's what I said, man. Like the way Joaquin, like, and we say this all the time. When a character makes you like, when a character plays the antagonist and they make you hate them, they make you dislike them. They're doing their job, and he did his job. Like there was nothing I liked about Joaquin Phoenix's character in this movie. I thought that he was a prick. I thought he was arrogant. I thought he was entitled. And for me, it just seemed like it, and it just seemed like he just didn't know what he was doing. You know what I mean?
You know, he played that role a lot. If you think about it, like he played. I don't know if you ever seen this, but he was in this movie called We Own the Night. Um, it was him and Mark Wahlberg, and like he was the and I was finna say Danny Duvall. It's not Robert Duvall. Robert
Yeah.
Duvall was the dad, and he was like this cop, and Mark Wahlberg was a cop too. So he just basically like followed his dad. But then Joaquin Phoenix was a brother. Mark Wahlberg, little brother, but he was in the drug world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was like that one brother that, you know what I'm saying, you don't really want to claim him, but he was the antagonist of the film. Like he was the fuck up, basically. And it's like he plays the fuck up in this movie.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was funny. But that just literally just popped up in my head.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I was just saying like because the loyalty that Caesar's daughter had for Maximus was, you know, to pick. I think even she saw in her brother like, yo, like this dude, he do not need to be in this position. His decision making skills aren't good. Like okay. Let me ask you this: is her son her brother's? Okay, because I was like, I'm sitting here watching her, and what they don't specify is if she ever let him get some. You know what I'm saying? Because like it seems like she would like fuck with him, but like she wouldn't really take it to that next level. And I was like,
I thought it was Mark. I thought it was Mark. I thought it was Maximus' son. The one that's all said and done,
they,
because you know her and Maximus had a little
yeah,
get together or whatnot.
yeah. She said that, and then it seemed like towards the end where when he was a slave and everything, and she was trying to help him get out, it seemed like
Mm-hmm.
they kind of reconnected again.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so I thought that was dope. So let's get into it, man. You mentioned the one part. So Maximus is tied up. A dude come in talking to him, and then he just, like you said, stabbed him in the spine, and then told them to put on his armor. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so nobody can see that this dude is wounded, but you can clearly see once they got out there that he was wounded.
Right.
And like I say, we just had this conversation on this special episode that we're gonna have coming out to the people,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like when you a loser, a win is a win. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And it's just like to handicap a guy and go into a fight with him handicapped, and let's say you win, it's like you you handicapped yourself to win. And it's like, so you handicap the match and you still lose. That just shows how much of a bitch you are. Like, you handicapped the whole match and then you still lost. Now, did he still die? He didn't die from what you did in the fight. He died from when you stabbed him in the back and he lost too much damn blood. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, I don't know, man. What you got on it?
I mean, at the end of the day, he still killed him when it was all said and done. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the dope part about it. Um, even though he was, you know what I'm saying, even though he was injured and stabbed in the back, he still did his thing. And I mean, for me, you know what I'm saying, it's like you said, we said, like, you know what I'm saying, allows for illusion, man. Anything is win. You know what I'm saying? Any type of advantage is win. And, you know, they'll do whatever it takes to make sure that they, you know, get that advantage. And, you know what I'm saying, it was clearly shown and that's what was seen. And, I mean, unfortunately, you know, he ended up dying in the end, which I thought, you know what I'm saying, was a very super climactic way of ending the movie. But I mean, that's the brilliance of Ridley Scott. You know what I'm saying? That's how you put a cap on a movie like that. You know, everybody dies in the end. And once again, like I said earlier, I feel like this was written in that, you know what I'm saying, that Shakespeare esque type type mode to where you know what I'm saying, like everything kind of fell into place, but at the same time, you know, you had the drama, but you know what I'm saying, you had a little bit of laughter here. You know what I mean? And then at the end, when you thought that, you know what I'm saying, the hero was gonna come save the day, you know what I'm saying, the hero dies too. So I mean, I loved it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Joaquin was you know what I'm saying, he was more of a bitch than I've ever seen any character in my life. And I think that's what makes this movie so, you know what I'm saying, like that's what makes this movie so good because you have a defined person, you know what I'm saying, that you root against, that you don't want to see win, you know what I'm saying, like throughout this movie you hoping that any and everything happen to where this dude doesn't, you know what I'm saying, continue to be this king that he is. And you just hoping for his demise sooner or later, and then when it finally comes, you know what I'm saying, you lose the hero too. So it's like, damn. But you know what I'm saying, you still get your joy, but at the same time, you still feel that sorrow. So I just think, man, like I said, man, Joaquin, bro, he just did his thing in this movie.
Have you ever seen We Own the Night?
No,
All right, I think you would. I think you would enjoy that.
okay,
But I think honestly, I think the hero had to die. I
mhm,
think with the flow of this movie because I think that him dying in that moment, I think that gave him legend status. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And I think that because, like I said earlier, he became a symbol to the poor people of
mhm,
like, yo, if he could do it, I could do it type of thing. And you can see,
mhm,
and like you said, maybe this is why old little kid was like that. Maybe he had a sense that Maximus was his dad.
mhm,
I don't know. Because you remember the one part where he was like play fighting with like the bodyguards or whatever you want to call those
yeah.
people,
He was
and
saying he was,
then yeah, I'm the Spaniard,
mhm,
and but he even said Maximus though,
yeah,
so and that's something else where what I'm saying his aunt couldn't take it, and but I think that with him dying, I think that that was a great symbol for the people and for the people to take the message that he had and to be like, yo, like because I remember one of the guys that was with oh man, what's dude name? Was it Communist? What was his name? Hey, what was dude name? I think it was Communist.
you talking about the one who was who
Joaquin
had bought
Phoenix.
him as a slave?
No, Joaquin
Oh,
Phoenix name.
Joaquin's. Oh my God. It
It
was a
was
comedy.
Communist. Communist. And so I think that what that did for the people, I think that what that did is that gave people hope, and I think that that gave people that sense of you have to die for what you believe in,
Yeah.
and I think that that's what that ended up doing. So it's like he really died. I mean, he really died on top. Like it's, I hate to call it on top,
Mhm.
but you know what I'm saying. But that I don't think. I think what made him a legend was him dying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause he
And
was
I
like you
think,
said, he was already that symbol. So that death kind of put that cap on it. Like yeah, you know what I'm saying. He died a legend.
yeah, I think that's the thing that would get you a statue. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think if he would have lived and got with old girl, and I would imagine that they would have ruled Rome together.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that him dying where he died in the way that he died, I think that that's what took him to legendary status. So let me ask you this: do you think this is where LeBron got Bryce's middle name from?
It could be. I mean, to me, I feel like I feel like LeBron is one of those guys who's definitely into movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got his own production company. He was in Trainwreck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure that he looks at Gladiator like one of those great movies as well. And I mean, knowing who he is, the King has great taste. So I don't see why he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Name Bryce such a glorious name.
Yeah, for the people that don't know, his middle son name is Bryce Maximus. For the people
Yeah.
that don't know, yeah. So yeah, I just thought it was dope. I was thinking about that when I was watching it, and I saw that his name, that Russell Crowe name was Maximus. I was like, oh
Mm-hmm.
shit! I was like, that's LeBron's son middle name.
Oh man,
So
I hope Bryce grew up to play football and be like one of the best middle linebackers, so they can call him Maximus James. That should be a hard ass. That should be so hard, bro.
oh man, yeah, that would be. So he gonna drop the Bryce and just go off
Yeah,
Maximus, huh?
he's gonna be Maximus James.
Oh man, that's funny. That's
That
funny.
should be fire.
So man, I gotta let you do the honors, man. You know what I'm saying? This is one of your favorite movies, man. I gotta let you do the honors and starting these fire flames, my guy.
Man, listen, you ain't gotta even go that far, bro. Let me go ahead and hit the button real quick. We get started.
Yoga fire! Yoga flame!
So, real quick and easy, man. I done already gave y'all everything y'all need to know about this movie. This is one of the greatest movies ever put on film. This is actually one of my all-time greatest films. I give it 5, man. 5 fire flames, easy.
Okay, okay. I mean, I seen it coming. I felt it. You know what I'm saying? I felt it in my soul. I said this is gonna be a 5 for my
Yeah,
guy,
too easy.
man. Yeah, man. Um, I mean, for me, like I said earlier, like it's the story is great. I think Ridley Scott did a great job. Um, Russell Crowe, I think he killed it. I think that this is when his career took that turn. I think Russell Crowe was an okay actor, and then like after Gladiator, his whole career shot up. Um, but yeah, I'm sorry, there's a but. Like I mentioned earlier, like films like this and like 300 and 300 Rides or whatever they call it, like they just not in my field. It's not that type of like these type of movies aren't um what some people would call like my cup of tea, and so I would have to. I'm sorry, I would have to dock it a little bit for it, but I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it like a 3. Don't shoot me. You know what I'm saying? We ain't in the studio together or anything like that. But only reason I'm going that low is because, like I say, like there it's not it's so weird because I'm into watching things about like King Henry the Eighth and shit, but it's just like for me, it's just like yesterday was my first time watching it all the way through. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, it was a good movie. It had, like I said, it has a good storyline. And like I mentioned, even though it came out in 2000, but if it's loosely based on a true story, then like this got to be the original story of this son being jealous of somebody else, and he's taking out all these people because his dad he didn't live up to his dad's expectations. Like we've seen that, plenty of times. But It's not a bad movie, not by far. But I will say the rewatchable ability for me, like I'll probably never watch it again. So sadly, I got to give it a 3.
Man, that's crazy. That's blasphemy.
I mean, why you gotta say it so serious like that? He said, man, that's crazy.
The foolishness at 3. This is one of the greatest piece of works ever to be put on film. This man said 3, bro. So you'll say the first Terminator is a 3 too, huh? Maybe RoboCop is a 3. You know what I'm saying? Just
what,
brother?
No. First off, Terminator 2 Judgment Day is better than the first one. That's number
Terminator
1.
1 still ain't no 3 though. Never mind, because you sound like you about to say it is.
Now hold on though. But did you say RoboCop?
Yes, RoboCop was a great movie.
The original, like the 1980 version,
yes.
RoboCop.
Yes.
Man, that is a straight up 3, my guy.
Oh my God! You know what? Let's just end this podcast.
No, yo, hold up, man. Did you see the remake of RoboCop?
Yeah. Oh man, I was not a fan.
Yo, that shit was so trash.
Yeah.
And dude,
somehow the graphics in the 80s was better than the new graphics in this movie.
Crazy. And then I'm thinking it's about to be good. Dude got the black suit. I'm like, what? Man, the black suit? They messed it all up, man. Okay, let me ask you this.
They made Detroit look somewhat like it is now. I'm like, Detroit supposed to look way worse than that.
Man, listen, how many more Terminators is it gonna be, man?
I don't know.
Hey,
I really don't know, bro.
I want to know, how do a machine age, my guy?
I feel you, bro. That question is up there with how many more Fast and Furious movies are they gonna make?
Hey, boy, you be on Fast and Furious, boy.
Because they keep making this movie, bro. There's nothing else. There's literally nothing else that they can do. At this point, they just making stuff up.
Oh,
they put these dudes on a car that's sitting on a rocket, and I guess somehow the car is driving the rocket into space. Like, come on, fam. Just put them in the rocket.
No, I haven't seen that. Now, what I did see... It's
in the trailer.
The trailer I saw was... They was... It was on this cliff, and they attached this steel rod or whatever it is onto the car, and so then like the plane is flying and like the car is I don't know, dude. I don't know. And then I'm still trying to figure out how is John Cena your brother, my guy? Like I don't
I don't know, man. Like now John Cena is in it, and then Roman Reigns is somewhere in the vicinity. I don't know. They have wrestlers in it. It's all kind of shit going on, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on, man. Man, I'm sorry to be.
Then Hobbs and Shaw somehow gonna come back and fight Idris Elba. I don't know,
man. Man, I hate to be such a disappointment, but you know what though? It seems like it's only been 2 things, man. It's been Star Wars and Gladiator. It seemed like those are our 2. Like we just distance ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like,
man, I'm still confused as to how you don't get Star Wars. I don't get that.
Now, I watched the one for you though. I watched Rogue One. I did watch that. You know what I'm saying? I really only watched it for old girl, but you know,
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. That's funny.
Oh man, what's her
I'm not
name?
mad at you.
Oh man, her name is slipping my mind, man.
You talking about
Oh
Ray?
man, but I'm I'm trying to think of a regular name.
Oh, I don't know her real name.
Something Jones, man. Dang, I
You talking
forgot what
about
it
the
was.
chick that's in the new Star Wars movie?
The Rogue One.
Oh, okay, in Rogue One. Never mind. I was gonna say the one that's in the new Star Wars movies. Yeah, she was alright.
But Felicity Jones or something like that. That's what her
Okay.
name is. Yeah. I really only watch it because of her. But yeah, I mean it's all good. But it's good for the podcast though. It's good for the podcast because you know what I'm saying. Like you into that type stuff.
Yeah.
You into you know what I'm saying. You into your comedy. It's not that I'm not into comedy. I love comedy. It's just
Mm-hmm.
mostly 80s and 90s comedies because it's like some of the new. Now we got some stuff coming up, but
Oh yeah.
but definitely like that we got some fun stuff coming up, man. Like looking at the list, especially like this next movie,
Mm-hmm.
yo, this next movie will take you hell and back, my guy. I'm telling you, like this shit right
That was
here.
clever. That was
Now
clever.
you talking about how this is one of your favorite movies of all time. This is one of my favorite movies of all time that's coming up here. You know what I'm saying? In a couple of days. This
Yeah.
movie, like I said, man, it will take you to hell and back. You will flatline and you will come back. Goddamn, this is
And
my shit right here.
and the best part about this too is people don't even know this is a comic book movie.
Oh, yeah, and
That's the
you
best
want to put
part.
me onto this?
Yeah, that's
You
the
put
best part about it. This is a real life. This is based off a comic book.
yeah, man. I was about to say something. I was like, man, I can't say that, man. That'll give it up, man.
Yeah, don't do
But
that. Don't do that.
but yeah, man, this movie, man, is so dope. It got so many different like side stories to go along with it. Um, it's dealing with hell, it's dealing with religion, it's dealing with heaven. Um, I
Yeah,
saw this
supernatural
thing,
beings.
dude, where they said that the guy that plays the devil in this movie um was not ranked. Well, yeah, ranked. They said that he was the best person to well, he was ranked number one of any time anybody's ever played the devil. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is gonna be now this is gonna be my shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you like it, you love it too. We've
Mm-hmm.
talked about this before,
We
but
gonna have fun
like,
talking about this one.
but the way you love Gladiator, that's the way I love this new joint that we got coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but definitely, people, man, we got something else coming up for y'all, man. So I don't know which one y'all gonna listen to first, but
Oh, it'll be the I got the order of it. It'll be the special episode which comes out first. So
okay.
that'll come out and then that will be out before our next episode on Friday.
Okay. But we got something special coming up for y'all, man. We did a little something, man. Little mashup that we did.
Yeah.
We just trying to do something. We do it like, man. We do it for us. We do it for fun. We do it for entertainment. But we also do it for y'all, man.
Mm-hmm.
For the people that ride with us, through whatever. Um, I'm pretty sure everybody understands. Scoots is the father right here. He's
Man.
still out here putting out this content. You know what I'm saying? Why he's supporting his kids as well.
Yes,
So
I'm down
definitely
for the baseball
appreciate,
game, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, man, definitely
So if
appreciate
y'all
that
hear
out of you.
yeah, no doubt, man. If I hear me go in and out in the mute column, so just know I'm cheering for my son when I mute the
Nah, you all good, man. You ain't got to explain nothing.
Oh,
Um,
just to let the people out there know too, he did score. He did score.
that's
So
what's up, man.
yeah,
That's
man.
what's up.
Yeah.
Great for him, man. Great for him. But y'all can check me out, man, at s.foster8 on Instagram and Twitter. Um, s well, stolen time pod on Instagram, and the Stolen Time Podcast on Facebook. There are still no recent Stolen Time Podcasts or 28 minutes or less at the moment. But like I say, if something moves me, be on the lookout. You know what I'm saying? Those podcasts are still very active, just haven't been active in the past 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But if something come up that needs to be done, needs to be said, it will be out. You know what I'm saying? Both of them on all major platforms. But if you're trying to check out the Stolen Time Podcast, I would prefer you go to Spotify.
For sure, man. Y'all can check me out on Twitter at Scooge Bronson, on Instagram at Scooge_Bronson_TV. You can also check me out on YouTube at Scooge Bronson TV. We got the Instagram out, View a Non-Pod. Y'all go follow that. That's where you can find all of our information. You can also go to Facebook and follow the VA Podcast Watch Group. Join that up as well. That's where all of our information is as well. Our link trees, all of our other podcast information, all that stuff. 15 Minutes of Fame will be coming back in July. I got some podcasts that I'm be bringing up on there. Some great episodes coming. I moved over to Podbean, so for right now I'm trying to get everything in order. But starting July, we are getting busy, and man, that's all I got, bro.
Cool. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. But man, close us out the way that you know how, man.
For sure, man. You already know, man. Thank God for tuning in. Thank God for listening. As always, like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Good.